We are now moving on to the New England Patriots.
Yeah, I'm excited about this one. This is a pretty stacked team, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
So, head coach. Goddamn, I wonder who it could be. Old Billy B, dude. Bill Belichick.
I think he's been head coach of that franchise for as long as I've been alive, basically. Granted,
Certainly my consciousness.
for my consciousness at least. I'm 25 years old, and I don't know anybody else coaching that team except for Bill Belichick.
You know, I only recall Bill Belichick.
Yeah.
So, Bill Belichick, 6-time Super Bowl champion, NFL All-Decade team for 2000s and 2010s, 3-time Coach of the Year, NFL 100 team, holds records for most Super Bowl wins by a head coach, Super Bowl appearances, and playoff wins. Speaks for itself.
Yeah, no more.
And just like that, just like Bill's a freaking layup, quarterback, it's the easiest thing I've ever seen. It's Tom Brady.
No Doug Flutie.
No Doug Flutie. I thought about it. No, Tom Brady. Not much needs to be said, dude. You can sum it up in one word, just GOAT.
Yeah, GOAT.
Yeah.
He's a man.
But for just to really rub it in, here's what we have for Tom Brady. A 14-time Pro Bowler, 3-time first-team All-Pro, 2-time second-team All-Pro, 6-time Super Bowl champion with the Patriots, 3-time NFL MVP, 2-time Offensive Player of the Year, NFL Comeback Player of the Year, 5-time touchdowns leader, 4-time passing yards leader, 2-time passer rating leader, completion leader, 2000s All-Decade team, 2010s All-Decade team, 100th anniversary team. Here are some of his NFL records.
Okay.
Most wins by a quarterback, most attempts and completions, most passing touchdowns, most passing yards. Listen.
I'd say it speaks for itself, but
I would say it's
spoke for it.
I would say it's a layup, but this is the slam dunk.
My God, this is like a mascot doing a slam dunk for fun that you know he's going to make.
Exactly. All right.
To get the crowd hyped up.
So, moving on from the easy ones. Running back, Sam Cunningham is who I went with.
Yeah.
Most yards and attempts in Patriots history. Running back is sort of a thin position for New England,
yeah,
but
really enough.
Yeah.
I went with Curtis Martin, just another franchise guy who was...
He's only there for like 2 years.
He's a fucking stud what he was, though.
Yeah.
Like, he's like fourth in all-time yards.
Maybe.
Even only being there for 2 years, which, again, speaks to...
Listen, he's popping up later for me.
Fair enough. He did have some success elsewhere, but I think he was still a stud for New England while he was there.
True. I think you and I are going to diverge here.
Okay.
Wide receiver 1. I went Moss because,
Yeah.
I thought you were going to let your heart take over your mind, and I don't blame you. No, it's Moss. He was there a very short period of time, but Randy Moss was an absolute monster.
Yeah.
That brief period is the best any player has ever played receiver in New England, plain and simple, so he's wide receiver 1.
I agree. I think he's just an absolute stud. That year was fucking something to watch for sure.
Yep. I originally... I flipped number 2 and number 3 because I normally want number 3 to be in the slot.
Okay.
But out of respect for this guy, I moved him up to 2, and that's Wes Welker.
Yeah, Wes Welker is my second as well. Duh.
Completely revolutionized the slot position. Completely uncoverable during his time as a Patriot. I would say he was Brady's probably second most reliable target of all time.
Oh, yeah.
Number 2.
Yeah.
Number 1's coming up in a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah. Multiple-time Pro Bowler and All-Pro, receptions leader. Wes Welker was elite for his time in New England.
Absolutely. Changed the way I played football growing up. Like, I wanted to be like that guy. He was my first jersey that I've ever had. It was a Wes Welker jersey. My nickname, when I first started college and was playing pickup football with my friends was Wes Welker because I just love to play in the slot, love to get open. Wasn't the fastest, but I can catch anything. And no player in the league means more to me than Wes Welker. And 100%, I got him, have him as number 2. I want him in my slot with Randy Moss on the outside, like it's 07 all over again.
Definitely.
And, I think he's absolutely just a monster of can do anything, get open. He's always there, and man, he was so much fun to watch growing up.
Nice. Wide receiver 3, I went Julian Edelman.
Okay.
He's not as decorated in terms of like all pros or Pro Bowls. But he's also uncoverable.
Yeah.
And in just his unique way. And he just represents really the spirit of the Patriots.
Yeah.
Of like really hardworking, really unconventional, really tough. And he's just tricky and will always find a way and really embodies that team mentality. And so I think that there's no way he could be left off this list for me.
I originally I put Stanley Morgan, franchise guy, classic Patriots wide receiver, but I actually am changing my mind, going the 180 flip flop right now. I'm a Julian Edelman fan through and through. My number is actually number 11.
Got through to him.
I love that guy. And Super Bowl MVP on some great catches in the Falcons Super Bowl, as well as some of the great stuff that he did in the Rams Super Bowl, in which he won MVP in. It's a weird conversation to have when you want to start talking about Edelman in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
But I absolutely love what Edelman brings to the table. I think the Patriots mindset is something he lives, breathes, and dies on. And absolutely, I think he can be a little bit more outside, even more than Walker can too.
I mean, of the two, I'm gonna let Edelman outside before Wes.
Agreed.
Now on to the tight end position.
Yeah.
I so badly wanted to go 2 tight ends, but I just could not talk myself into the second one.
Yeah.
But I almost went no running backs. It just
Really?
went empty.
Wow.
I was like, I'm just gonna let Goat throw it all around. But no, tight end. I wonder who it could be. Gronk. Rob Gronkowski all day.
I think he's the best tight end, period.
There's an argument that there are 3 GOATs on the Patriots of their positions or like coaching and all that stuff. Like the Patriots, Rob Gronkowski is, again, it's like he doesn't even need to be spoken for in terms of all this stuff. Amazing blocker, amazing receiver. Health was the only thing that ever took him down.
Fucking animal.
Oh, God.
One of the reasons
a party animal in particular.
One of the reasons I went to University of Arizona was because of this fucking guy. I'm a diehard Gronk fan. I got his jersey signed and framed in my room. Big fan of the guy. I think he is the best tight end the league's ever seen. Period.
Yep, I agree. Yep. So, yeah, easy.
Easy peasy.
Yeah. I will not name who my second tight end was going to be.
Aaron Hernandez?
Yeah.
Gone forever.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't feel all that bad for Aaron Hernandez.
Not at all.
But I thought about it because I was like, damn, that would be so uncoverable.
That would be a wild offense.
Yeah.
Yeah, no running back, but I think I can't.
Tom can run.
Tom can run. Yeah, he's got it.
All right, so on to the O-line.
Yeah.
Left tackle, Matt Light.
Okay.
I got
him as my right tackle.
Fair enough. Part of the first era of the Patriots dynasty. Mm-hmm. Multiple-time Pro Bowler and All-Pro, 3-time Super Bowl champion. Gave Tom Brady protection to start his career, and he will do it again now.
Bruce Armstrong, I got him my left tackle, just absolute stud.
That's my right tackle.
Yeah, so we
just flipped our tackles.
That's totally fine.
Yeah.
Go ahead and read some of the stats you got for Bruce.
6-time Pro Bowler, 3-time first team All Pro. Those are the really important ones to me.
Yeah.
He was like very strong and consistent at his position over the duration of time.
I love the consistency. Would love him to be my blindside guy for Brady because then I don't ever have to worry about him.
Exactly.
Yep. Same with Matt Light though.
Left guard, John Hanna.
John Hanna too. 9 Pro Bowls, 7 All Pro, 7 years All Pro.
Yep.
And
Hall of Famer.
Hall of Famer.
Yep. Another old school guy that really, he played for the Patriots in the era where the Patriots were not that good.
Yep.
And now he gets to play on a very good Patriots
the best
team.
Patriots roster
Yes,
ever.
he is undoubtedly worthy of being an all-time Patriot.
Absolutely.
Center, John Morris.
Yeah, me too. 6 years, AFL All-Star, 1970. Yep. Just, friggin' stud.
All right, right guard, I got Logan Mankins.
You and me both.
There we go. It's so
the same.
I always feel bad for players like this. This is just like Wes Welker.
Yeah.
His first year after he left New England is when the Patriots dynasty reignited.
So tough.
So he came in there the year after they won their early run one, and then left right before.
It will always break my heart.
It sucks.
It will break my heart that Welker doesn't have a ring.
I know, it's so ridiculous.
That is so fucked up to me.
Definitely. All right, so moving on to the defensive side of the ball.
Okay.
I went a little unconventional with this one, but we'll get there. So my first defensive end, I went with Chandler Jones. Okay. He only got 1 Pro Bowl and 1 ring in New England.
Okay.
But in 4 seasons, he had 2 seasons with over 10 sacks and was really coming into his own before he sort of had a lot of issues and they shipped him out of town.
I'm a Willie McGinnis type of guy. So second all-time in Patriots with 78 sacks. 16 sacks and 10 playoffs.
That is my other edge. Who's your other edge?
Other edge is Larry Eisenhower.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I think we're gonna have the same D tackles.
Probably.
I got D tackle 1, Richard Seymour.
Same.
And then
D-tackle
2,
Vince Wilfork.
Yep.
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 Vince Wilfork was a stud.
Oh yeah.
Absolute
Richard Seymour
stud.
is sort of like a forgotten dominant D lineman, but he was really, really great in his time in New England. Sort of fell off when you go to the Raiders, but who doesn't?
Yeah, I was going to say it's the Raiders.
Yeah. So yeah,
Either
my D line, I got Chandler Jones, Richard Seymour, Vince Wilfork, Willie McGinnis.
Yeah, you're either falling off the talent scale by going to the Raiders, or you're falling off the legal scale and going
Exactly.
to jail. Yeah.
And then at my off-ball linebacker, I only went 2, so I'm running like a nickel defense for the Patriots. My first one, I did Andre Tippett,
Okay.
Hall of Famer, multiple-time Pro Bowl and All-Pro.
Yep.
Co-defensive player of the year once.
Yep.
And part of the 80s All-Decade team.
I got him as my right outside linebacker.
Okay?
I got Teddy Bruschi as
That's my middle backer.
Yeah, my middle backer. And of my left outside linebacker, blast from the past, Nick Buonaconti, has had 2 all-time legendary great careers with both the Patriots and the Dolphins. So
I only went 2 linebackers, so I don't have that.
I'm gonna have to hear the secondary. I think you get 3 corners, right?
Yep, 3 corners.
Okay.
Cornerback 1, Mike Haynes.
Okay.
6 Pro Bowls, 6 second-team All-Pro, Hall of Famer, 75th anniversary team, NFL 100 team, 80s All-Decade team. Shutdown number 1.
I got Mike Haynes too. So
perfect.
Right there with you.
Cornerback 2, Stephon Gilmore. 4 Pro Bowls, 2 first-team All-Pros, a Super Bowl champion, Defensive Player of the Year, interception co-leader in 2019.
Yep.
And then 3, Ty Law. 4 Pro Bowls, 2 first-team All-Pros, 3-time Super Bowl champ, NFL interceptions leader, and a Hall of Famer in his own right. So I've got what I believe is 3 Hall of Famers at corner.
I agree. I actually have Ty Law as my cornerback too. I agree. I'm a big fan of Ty Law's, but I am actually going to swap out Ty Law for Stephon Gilmore.
I'm swaying him everywhere.
I guess he's convinced me big time. But yeah, no, I am a big Stephon Gilmore guy. That defensive player of the year campaign was something else.
Yep.
Just it wasn't flashy. It wasn't flashy.
He's not a flashy guy.
It was consistent lockdown corner, and he did it the best in New England.
That's exactly right. Free safety, I got Devin McCourty.
Okay.
2 Pro Bowls, 3-time second-team All-Pro, 3-time Super Bowl champion, and another staple of just Patriot culture.
Devin McCourty.
Where it's like started off at corner, started off okay, struggled a little, went back and really found his home at safety, and has just been dominant. He was basically, his biggest issue is that he was stuck in the era where the Legion of Boom became popular, and you had guys, he caught like the tail end of Ed Reed and Polamalu, and he was always consistent, but he just sort of got stuck around bigger names.
Sure. I actually got him myself. I think he's an absolute stud.
Sweet.
I got him paired with Rodney Harrison.
That's who I have.
Yep.
Some nastiness in the secondary.
Yep.
Dude hits really, really hard. 2-time Super Bowl champ, big part of the first Patriots dynasty.
Yep.
And yeah, he put some violence in this defense.
Absolute stud.
Exactly.
Big hitter, break your back kind of guy.
And then special teams on the Pats is where we get our first true weapon of a special teamer.
Yeah.
Vinatieri.
100%.
Yeah, Adam Vinatieri.
Oh.
The most clutch kicker in league history. I would say he's just the best kicker in league history. A lot of people would probably start to talk Justin Tucker, but Vinatieri's done it so much more.
Not a Tucker guy, to be completely honest.
He's got a great leg, super accurate. He's great. But Vinatieri won Super Bowls with his leg.
Yeah.
Like multiple. And they won like in clutch moments because of him. He holds basically every record a kicker could hold.
Yep.
And this was, again, if there was ever a slam dunk on special teams, there's this and one return man that we will not see for a little bit, but it's pretty obvious who it is.
Duh. I mean, we'll get there, but
yeah
we know.
Yeah. Yeah, Vinatieri, easy, true weapon on special teams.
I agree. Just an absolute, especially during his prime with the Patriots before it was Colts, starting to fall off at like 45 or whatever.
How dare he?
I know. How crazy. Father Time finally.
There's 2 people that have defeated Father Time. It was Tom Brady and Adam Vinatieri, and they're both on this team.
And they're both on this fucking roster. It's just absolutely crazy to think about. But I got him as my kicker, and then Rich Camarillo as my punter.
I got Ryan Allen as my punter.
I'll fuck with Ryan Allen big time. I can't even lie. But I got 42.6 yards per punt from the 80s from the 81 to 87. So for 6 years, dude was averaging basically a half a football field.
Yep.
That's all I'm really asking for.
I just went with Ryan Allen because he has the highest average punt distance over the course of 6 years, and that's 6 years in bad weather in New England.
Yep.
And I think field position isn't. I think again, field position is an important game when you're splitting all these rosters to pick who's better. You're basically splitting hairs.
Yep.
And field position could be a big part of that. So I went with the dude who just could boot it far.
Yeah. And I actually like Ryan Allen's ability to keep it within the 20 a little bit more. I think when you start looking at punters from the 80s, you get guys who just kick the shit out of a ball and kick it deep.
Yeah.
Punting has evolved so far in 40 fucking years of playing the game.
Yeah.
As somebody who used to punt and kick myself and all the techniques I put into it to try and be the best that I could be.
Yeah.
100%. I almost think I want Ryan Allen a little bit more because especially if you're punting, I mean, I don't think you're punting.
Am I gonna sway him again?
I think if you're punting, you're not punting from the 20 because these teams are too good. You're getting a first down.
Yeah.
You're getting a first down or you're getting two. If you get stopped eventually, you're trying to pin.
There's only a few teams that I think, a couple of these teams are going to have no chance to move on, but
yeah,
we'll see. And then returner, I got Kevin Falk.
Same.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah, easy peasy.
Easy, yep.
So,
He's
actually, you know what?
Most consistent returner.
I changed my mind. I want Edelman as my returner.
All right, have him. Playing two positions for you. Yeah, I'm going Kevin Falk. He did it a lot more times for longer and was a dynamic player at running back also, so he knows how to move.
I remember Edelman always returning a punt against the Broncos for a touchdown when we needed him not to.
You love to see it.